Okay, so electric charge and field. Right, we all know electric charge is basically a property of matter by virtue of which it exerts forces on other bodies and also it experiences forces, right. So in this chapter we only discuss about the electrostatics part. Electrostatics part means charges are at rest. So when the charges are at rest, what all effects it has, that is the electrostatics. So next, basically when the charges are in motion, right, if they are in uniform motion, so it will produce magnetic field, right, that you will have studied. And if it is accelerated, charges gets accelerated, right, what is called electromagnetic waves are generated. Okay, so that's electric charge, and we all know there are two types of charges, positive charge and negative charge, right. We all know the methods of electrification, like giving charge to a body, right, charging by induction, conduction and friction, right. And properties of charges, I am just roughly taking you through that. And properties of charges: quantization, additivity, nature of charge and conservation of charge. And so the force between any two charges, if they are similar charges, it is repulsive, like positive it is repulsive, positive repulsive, positive negative attractive, negative repulsive. So that is given by Coulomb's law, right. Coulomb measured the force. We all know that the force between any two point charges is directly proportional to product of the two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, right. Coulomb's law. After that, what we have? Electric field, right. So electric field means basically the strength of the charge. What is the strength of the charge is measured by the field at any point. Like for example, if I have a charge here, so what is the strength of the field? We know that the electric field is a three-dimensional picture. So though on the board we cannot represent three-dimensional, it's a planar here. Ekandre illi matra navu ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. But it's three-dimensional ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೂರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, can come friend. Okay, so it's three-dimensional means you have the field in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, in this direction. That is a planar, alva? Correct? Two-dimensional andre ee kade irutte, x and y axis alli irutte, matte z axis alli, I mean ee kade plus x minus x, y and minus y. That's a planar, but it's a three-dimensional picture. Three-dimensional andre apart from this x, y, we also have z, three-dimensional. So you have electric field in this direction, electric field in this direction, electric field in this direction. You can imagine charge in between the three-dimensional picture. So we have electric field in all three directions. So adenagutte, but for our reference point en ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀವಿ, and we know this, the electric field at this point is given by, it is the force experienced by a test charge. If I keep a test charge here, what is the force experienced by that charge is called electric field at that point. Okay, that electric field is given by the formula E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r squared, alva. So ಇದು epsilon naught ಅಂತ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ, it's called permittivity of free space or air. Okay, if the charges are kept in air or free space, and this is called the permittivity. Suppose if it is kept in medium, then it becomes what is called the permittivity of the medium, and this is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r, alva. And this is a constant. Epsilon r is called constant, and that is that is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. This is called what is called relative permittivity. Relative permittivity, or it's also called dielectric constant. Okay, so epsilon r for insulators, like dielectrics andre insulators anta. Okay, so adike epsilon r is called dielectric, I mean epsilon r is dielectric constant or relative permittivity, and the value of that varies from medium to medium. Like for example, if I take water, it's about 80, alva. So wood has a different value. So depending on the dielectric medium, this constant varies. And what about epsilon r for metals? epsilon r for metals is infinity. Okay. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್, ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಸ್ಟಾಟಿಕ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಅರ್ಥದ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಪೋಲರೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪೋಲರೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ನ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಎರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ದ ಡೈಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ. ಅರ್ಥದ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್, ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಝೀರೋ. ಅರ್ಥದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? 1/4 Q1 Q2 by r squared. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಪ್ಸಿಲಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಝೀರೋ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎನಿ ಟು ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ ಝೀರೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಗಿವನ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ವೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏರಿಯಾ ಇಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಂತ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲಾರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್, okay, it is E dot E alva, no, E dot E, correct? So dot product of electric field and area vector. Okay, so area na ನಾವು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದರ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್, ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ನಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, then the flux through the surface is maximum because EA cos theta, theta is 0. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಥೀಟಾ ಇಸ್ 0. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಥರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏರಿಯಾ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಈ ಕಡೆಗಿದೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 0. ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ 0 ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಈಸ್ 90. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಾಸಸ್ ಲಾ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಾಸಸ್ ಲಾ? So Gauss's law states that one by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface, right? Suppose I have the area, ಈ ಥರ area ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, and this surface is called Gaussian surface. Okay, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎನ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಗಾಸಿಯನ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಗಾಸಿಯನ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸಪೋಸ್ there is a plus q ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ is plus q. ಗಾಸಿಯನ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, plus q. Then the flux as per Gauss's law, this is Gauss's law in electrostatics. So as per this, the flux over this surface ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್, ಏಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಸೊ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಔಟ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. If it's a negative charge, inwards, right? So the electric flux associated with this surface is equal to flux is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface. So electric flux phi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the surface. So this is the Gauss's law, right? Suppose if there is a plus q and minus q here, what is the flux through the surface? There is a plus q and minus q. Plus q ಇದೆ, minus q ಇದೆ ಆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. what is the flux associated with the surface? Huh? I have a plus q here, I also have minus q. 0. Again, what is the net charge here? Net charge enclosed by the surface is 0. This is a plus q and minus q. So therefore, net charge enclosed by the surface is 0. Therefore, flux over a closed surface is 0. Artha aita? So ishtu questions to discuss maana. In case this is about electric charges and field. Okay. So we'll discuss numericals related to this. Okay. And wherever that application comes, electric charge field ಬಗ್ಗೆ I'll discuss in detail about it. Okay. You all have the question paper with you? Okay. Everyone, can you hear me? Backside? Right? All right. Sit here only. Okay. First question. There are two charges, plus 1 microcoulomb and plus 5 microcoulomb, separated by certain distance. So I have plus 1 microcoulomb here and plus 5 microcoulomb. It is separated by certain distance. So for reference, we'll take it as R. Plus 1 and plus 5 microcoulomb. So separation between them is for they are not given any reference. I mean distance they are not given. We'll take it as references R. The ratio of the forces acting on them will be. What is the ratio of forces acting on them? Means what is the ratio of forces andre? Force on 5 microcoulomb due to 1 microcoulomb. I'll call it as F1. Okay. Force on 5 microcoulomb due to 1 microcoulomb, that is F1, and force on 1 microcoulomb due to 5 microcoulomb. Right? Are they different or the same? Okay. Force on 5 microcoulomb due to 1 microcoulomb. It is K. Okay. It is 5 microcoulomb, 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 and 1 into 10 to the power minus 6 by R squared. Now F2 is K 1 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb into 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb divided by distance. Are they different or same? Same, no? Right? So because they're same. If you can see, multiply here, simplify this. How much you get? You get 5 here. Okay, 5 into 10 to the power minus 12 K by R squared. And here you get 5 into 10 to the power minus 12 by R squared into K. So more than this, you would have studied Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law. Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law. Hagandre no? For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. If this charge pulls this charge with some force, this charge also pulls this charge with the same force. Ardhata, I am just proving you on the board, but otherwise we can also go by that, right? Coulomb's law follows the Newton's third law. So therefore, F1 is equal to F2. Artha ida? Neevu ivagena answer 1:1. So yavade charge bandirli, any charge illi 1 and 5 microcoulomb kodidare. So bere any charge kodidru kuda we can take it as okay, it follows Newton's third law. Okay, so that is the first question. Now second question. Question number 2. Charges. Okay. Charges 10 microcoulomb and 50 microcoulomb are 4 meter apart. So there are two charges, 10 microcoulomb and 50 microcoulomb are 4 meters apart. Charges of 10 microcoulomb and 50 microcoulomb are placed 4 meter apart. The forces exerted on a charge 15 microcoulomb placed midway between them. Suppose I place a charge 15 microcoulomb here. Midway, andre idu 2 meters agate, idu 2 meters agate. Alva? It is placed midway. I call this as A and this is B, and I call this point P where we have placed 15 microcoulomb. So we have placed 15 microcoulomb here. This I call this as point P. Now here the force exerted on a charge 15 microcoulomb placed midway between them. If I place this charge midway between them, what is the force exerted, right? Now force on this charge due to this F1 is basically force on 15 microcoulomb due to 10 microcoulomb. Force on this charge due to this, so it will be what? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, correct now? Okay, this is 15 microcoulomb, 10 to the power minus 6 and 10 10 to the power minus 6 divided by distance is 2 square. So therefore the constant here F1, it is 9 to 10 to the power 9. Okay, so 15 into 10 ಅದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ 10 to the power minus 12 by 4, correct? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇದೆಯಾ? 10 to the power 1 ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೋದಾ ಇದನ್ನ? I can take it as 10 to the power 1. 1 plus 9 is how much? 10. 10 minus 12 minus 12. 15 into 9 135, correct now? So it is minus 2 divided by 4. So this is 135 divided by 4. How much is this? 4 3s are, correct now? 4 again 33.25 75. Okay, 33 point. Don't use calculators. Not supposed to use calculators. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ CET ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ calculators allow ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, never use calculator. Please, even if it is slow, also practice that. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? Don't use calculators. So 33.75 into 10 to the power minus 2, which is basically point, or else you can keep it as it is. So it's so many newtons. Now next is F2. What is F2? Force on 15 microcoulomb due to 50. So basically it is 9 to 10 to the power 9, right? 50 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 15 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 2 square. Distance is 2 square. Now this is okay. First we'll simplify this. It is 135 na. E 0 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ ಇದು ಕಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ plus 10 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ minus 6 ನಮಗೆ ಅದೇ ಪವರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. We get 5 here, 10 to the power minus 2 divided by 4, correct? Is that correct? Simplification ಮಾಡುವಾಗ right, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಝೀರೋಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಿ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಝೀರೋ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ 10 to the power 1 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ. 1 plus 9 10 ಆಯ್ತಾ? 10 minus 6 minus 6 minus 12 ತಾನೆ, minus 12 plus 10 minus 2. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಉಳಿತು? 9 ಉಳಿತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? 9 into 5, ಸರಿ, ಇದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ. 15 into 9 is 135 into 5, right? Now we multiply, right? Either you can divide this, divide ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? 33.75 into 5 ಮಾಡಿ, into 5 into 10 to the power minus 2. This is how much? Sure? You have not used calculator na? Okay, very good. Into 10 to the power minus 2. Okay. Now ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ force on this charge due to these charges ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಈಗ ಈ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ? It will repel na. Force on this is repulsion, right? So what is the direction of this force? It will be in this direction, right? This is F2, right? Correct? This is F2. What about F1? It will be in this direction, correct? So both are acting in opposite directions, correct? Both are acting in opposite directions. So what is the resultant force? Resultant force is F2 minus F1. It's not 0. The magnitudes are different. The forces were to be same, then the resultant force would have been 0. Forces are different, right? So let us subtract, right, from a larger force. We have to subtract larger force and smaller force. So that is F is F2 minus F1. Okay, F2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 168.75. F1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 33.75. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? Into 10 to the power minus 2. Into 10 to the power minus 2 common. 135 into minus 2. So it is 1.35 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದಾ? So 1.35, is it PA or PB? PA. Again, this side force is more, na? The direction along PA is more, correct? So, E direction force ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, so ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು larger force, ಇದು smaller force. We are subtracting smaller force from larger force. So, net force is in this direction. So, therefore, 1.35 along PA. Over. Bardeta. Can I go to the next question? Okay, next one. 2 point charges kept. You should not speak. Listen to the classes. 2 point charges kept a distance d apart in air. There are two charges. They are separated by distance d apart in air. They are in air. Exert a force F on each other. The distance d at which they exert the same force when they are placed in a medium of dielectric constant K. So, there is a charge Q1 here, charge Q2. Now, first they are kept in air. Artha agtidya? First these two, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ question na ನೀವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So, 2 point charges kept a distance d apart in air, exert a force F. Now, the force between them, two charges ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, you have to assume. ಎರಡು charges Q1 Q2 ಅಂತ assume ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Assume charges are Q1 Q2, they are separated by distance d. Now, the force they are given as F. F is what? It is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Correct na? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q1 Q2 by d square. Now, next is the distance d prime. Distance d prime at which they exert the same force. The force is same. The force between the same two charges are same. They exert the same force when they are placed in a medium of dielectric constant K. Now, this force is, I call this as F prime. F prime athwa F. Is it F prime or F? F. Force is same na? So, we will have to find out at what distance, right? At what distance if these two charges are kept in a medium, right? So that the forces are same. So, F is, now this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into K, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ they are kept in a dielectric medium. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into K. So, charges are Q1 Q2 by this is d prime squared. So, they are saying the forces are same. So, what we can do is, so it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, since forces are same, F, if you call F1, F2, F1, F2 are same. So, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by d squared, and this side 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K Q1 Q2 by d prime square. Okay. Cancel this. Cancel this. Okay. So, we have to find out K alva. Do you have to find out K or distance? What do you have to find out? Distance. So, d prime squared is equal to d squared by K. What about d prime? D prime is d by root K. Correct? Square root togoli eradu kade. If you take square root both sides, this becomes d prime, where because square root gets cancelled, but there is only root K. So, therefore, answer is d by root K. Understood? Okay. Fourth question, right. Fourth question is the separation between two protons, so that the electrostatic repulsive force acting on either of them is equal to its weight. So, we have two protons plus C, both are protons plus C and plus C, charge of proton is plus C, separation between the two protons is equal to, the separation between two protons, so that electrostatic repulsive force acting on either of them is equal to its weight. Means, suppose these are the two protons, they are separated by distance d, d kottilla avaru, we will have to calculate. So, they are separated by distance d. Now, this force, whatever the force, will be equal to weight. So, what is the formula for weight? Weight of a body, weight of a body is equal to what? Is equal to mg. Correct? So here electrostatic force is equal to mg, weight. Artha telidu? Electrostatic force, they are saying at what distance these two protons are kept so that the force between them is equal to weight of them, weight of either of them, any one of them, not both. Weight of is equal to weight of either of them. Okay. So electrostatic force is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Force is E into E. Distance is d squared. Now this is mass into g. Okay. So now here they are given the charge of proton and mass of proton is given and g is given, right? So this is 9 to 10 to the power 9. What is the charge of proton? 1.6 into 10 minus 19. Charge of proton is equal to charge of electron, alva? That is the basic charge. 10 to the power minus 19 divided by distance. We'll have to find out distance, d squared. Mass of the proton is given, how much? 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27. Okay, into g 9.8. 9.8 ಬದಲು ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ 10 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. 9.8 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ 10 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, 9.8 ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 10 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಈಗ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು, ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, minus 19 minus 38 na, correct? So 1.6 into 1.6, so I'll take this 9 into 2.56 because 16 into 16 is 256, correct? So 1.6 into 1.6, correct? 2.56. So into minus 38 plus 9 minus 29 divided by 1.67 minus 27 plus 1 minus 26. Now this will be equal to d squared. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, minus 29 minus 26 minus 3. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ 1.67 ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, 1.67, ಓಕೆ, ಇದು 2.56, ಇದನ್ನು 1.6 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ ತುಂಬ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು 1.6 ಅಂತ ತಗೋಬೋದಲ್ವಾ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಮೋರ್, ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೋದು. 1.67 ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ 1.6, 2.56 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು? I'll get 1.6 not 16, correct na? 1.67, this I'll get 1.6. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು? ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಓಕೆ, 60 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಇದನ್ನ. 60 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್, ಅಥವಾ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇಮ್. 60 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರಫ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ 45 to 50 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PU. If you go by last 6 years, 5 years question paper, mostly 45, 48, 50 questions chances ಇದೆ. So 45 ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 45 to 48 second PU, ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ 12 questions, 12 to 15 questions from the first PU. and 45 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಥರ ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸು ರಫ್ಲಿ 15 ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? 45 ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, 15 ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ 15 ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ? ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್? 1 hour 15 minutes. 1 hour 15 minutes ಅಂದರೆ 75 minutes ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. 75 minutesಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋಡ್, ಸೊ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಯು ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್. ಮತ್ತು ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೋಟ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್, ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? 2 into 1 whatever, 3 into 3, 4, 5, 6, all these tables ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ this part is easy. You can manage time very well. And squares up till 20, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square. Okay, ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. And then square roots, root of 2 1.41, root of 3 1.71, 7 3, root of 5 2.25, ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ನೀವು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 20 ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ 1.6 into 9? 16 into 9 is 144. 14.4 correct? So d square is 14.4. Are you clear? Okay. D square is correct alva idu? Any doubt in this? No. Suppose if I take ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ನ 1.44 ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? 1 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಬರಿಬೋದಾ ಇದನ್ನ? ರೈಟ್, 1.44, ರೈಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 10 power minus 2, right. So now the square root of this is roughly we can take it as 1.2 something ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 1.2 ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Are you clear? Square root of 1.44 is roughly 1.2. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Right. So this is d is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 1. So ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಇದು? 0.12 meters. So closest answer is 0.119. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೀವು approximation is very important when you are doing the numericals, and this kind of approximation is very important. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದು? Anybody has a doubt? Can I go to next problem? ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. No discussion. Okay, next question, fifth question. A charge Q is divided into two parts, and the charge Q is divided into two parts, and the two parts are kept apart in air. The force between them is maximum if the two parts have the charges. Lastly, so charge between the any two charges is maximum when they are, like for example this one, if I take 6 microcoulomb, okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ Q is equal to 6 microcoulomb ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Q is 6 microcoulomb ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದರ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು? We can divide it as 2 microcoulomb and 4 microcoulomb, correct? 1 microcoulomb and 5 microcoulomb ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? Okay, and 3 microcoulomb and 3 microcoulomb. We can also, like, we can make it as 1.5 and 4.5, 2.5 and 3.5, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ when they are of divided such a way that they are equal. Okay, this is the shortcut. ನೀವೇನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಬರಿಬೋದು ಈಗ? Q by 2 and Q by 2, correct. Q by 2 and Q by 2. When you divide charge Q by 2 and Q by 2, the force between them is maximum. Are you clear? Okay. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ Q ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು they give any other charge, right? Like 6 microcoulomb, 10 microcoulomb, 15 microcoulomb ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, right? They have not given distance, right? So when is force maximum ಅಂದ್ರೆ whatever the given charge, when you divide them exactly half, then the force between them is maximum. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Q by 2. Each is Q by 2. Okay, next question. Sixth question. Question number 6. 2 pith balls, each of mass 30 milligram. 2 pith balls, each of mass 30 milligram, are suspended by 2 threads from a support. So ನೀವು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ರೈಟ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಯು ಸಿಲಿದಾಗ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಎನಿವೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪೆಂಡುಲಮ್ ಈ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ? 2 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು, ಮರ್ತೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಮಾಡಿದ. ಓಕೆ, ಓ ರೈಟ್, ಕರೋನಾ ಇದರಿಂದ. ಓಕೆ, right, this is called simple pendulum, right? So listen here. if this is a thread and these are called pith balls, it's like metal balls, like you can think of simple pendulum anta itಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Simple pendulum ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಈ ತರ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, okay, it's like spherical shape. You can imagine any spherical body like it's metal. So ಈ ತರ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ so ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, they will be very close to each other, like very close to next to each other. So this is one thread and they will be rather touching each other, correct? They will be touching, correct? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ weight is acting downwards, they will be touching each other, okay, exactly downwards. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ weight always acts downwards, ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, right? Now next is so 30 milligram each. The mass of each pith ball is 30 milligrams. All right. Suspended by two threads from a support. When charged identically, they are given identical charges. Identical charge andre enartha? It could be, okay, same magnitude and same polarity, plus q or minus q. Same magnitude, same polarity. So each of them is given plus q, correct? So when the charge is given of same magnitude and similar polarity, so idenagutte andre ee tara suspend agutte because of repulsion. Same charge is given, because of repulsion enagutte, they get separated, they move away from each other, right? 30 milligrams. So when they are given similar charge, idenagutte, they get separated by a distance of 0.08 meters. 0.08 meters, and apart, the threads making an angle of 60 degree with each other. Angle between them is 60 degree. 60 degree with each other. The charge on each pith ball. Okay. So idondu application agutte, forces between two charges. So ee tara eradu pith balls ge initially they are not charged. When you give them charge, equal charge, okay, they get separated. So they are given the distance of separation 0.08 meters, angle is 60 degree kodidare. Okay, now when we have to find out what is the charge on each pith ball. What is the charge on each pith ball, right? All right. So each pith ball. Okay. So ivaga nimge this is basically yavade ondu object na, if you suspend in air, right? If I hold any object with thread or string and suspend ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, weight is acting downwards. There is something called tension in the wire. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರದನ್ನ? So this tension acts in the upward direction. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Because both of them are carrying the mass, tension acts upwards. Alright? ಈಗ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ resolution of a vector ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Splitting of a vector into two components. Resolution of a vector. ಕೇಳಿದಿರದನ್ನ, right? So ಇದನ್ನ suppose this is the force ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ this is the tension. ಈ ಕಡೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ tension. Now this can be split into two components. So one is called T cos theta, other one is called T sin theta. So this is basically, this is T sin theta. Okay, this is T cos theta, horizontal component. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, T ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. Now this is theta. ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, this becomes T cos theta and this becomes T sin theta. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಥೀಟಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಥೀಟಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದರ adjacent side ಬಂದು T cos theta ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this will be T cos theta and this will be theta and this will be T sin theta. This is the tension in the string, nothing but force. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there will be tension. This is basically due to electromagnetic forces within the wire. So it will try to pull. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, there is something of force created within the wire that is called tension. Now, so after this theta, it is exactly equal to this. Half of that. ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, this is the vertical and this is vertical. Okay, this angle is equal to this angle, correct? ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೆ ಜಾಮೆಟ್ರಿಲಿ. So this angle and this angle are equal. So ಇದು half of the angle. ಇದೆಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, theta will be 30 degree, right? Now, so when it is in equilibrium and the net force acting on a body is 0, it's in equilibrium, right? So ಇವಾಗ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ net force on this is 0, correct? otherwise it would have been moving. So idರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so weight acting downwards and the electrostatic repulsion, right, when they are balanced ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, it will be in equilibrium. So now here at this point the weight always acts vertically downwards. This is mg and this is t cos theta and this is t sin theta. This t sin theta will be equal to the electrostatic force. Tension ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ, so sorry, t sin theta ಬಂದು ಈ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This is t sin theta and this will be electrostatic force. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. This is t cos theta and this is t sin theta. Are you clear? T cos theta and t sin theta. Now t cos theta is equal to mg. They are in equilibrium now, and t sin theta. Sorry, this is t sin theta. So t sin theta will be in this direction. This will be equal to the electrostatic force. Electrostatic force due to, because it is charged. Now what we can write here? We can write t cos theta is equal to mg and t sin theta is equal to electrostatic force. What is electrostatic force here? Formula 1 by 4. Direct ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬೋದಲ್ವಾ, 9 into 10 to the power 9. 9 then q square ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೋದಾ? Because both have the same charge, q squared. What about distance? 0.08 whole square. That's in meter, correct? Right. So now this is t sin theta. Now t this is okay, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವನ್ನು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 ಅಂತ ತಗೋಣ, ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 1, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ 2 by 1. Equation 2 by 1, when we divide this, t sin theta by t cos theta, t cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. What do we get? Tan theta. So tan theta is equal to, this will be the numerator 9 into 10 to the power 9 q squared. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನೇನು ಬರಿತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ 8 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square ಬರಿಬೋದಾ? Right? So divide by mg. mg is, this is tan theta. So divide by mg. M is given na 30 milligrams. 30 milligrams na. So 30 milligrams to kg. Milli is minus 3. Gram to kg. Again minus 3. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? It's given in milligrams. Milligrams to kg. Again SI units ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Milligrams to kg. Milli is 10 to the power minus 3 and this is minus 3. Milli to gram, gram to kg. Right, milligrams. Mg, g andre I will take it as approximately 10. Okay, now this will be equal to tan theta, tan 30 degree, tan 30 is equal to, so this will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 q squared. This comes to denominator, so it is 64 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, and this will be 1 to 10 cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. Correct? Is that correct? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು? Understood? This is understood? Okay. Next one, what is tan 30? 1 by root 3. So this will be 9 to 10 to the power 9 into q squared. Denominator, simplify this. This is, I think probably you can cancel this. 3 ones are 3 3s are. So therefore we'll get 3 here. 3 into 10 to the power 9 and here 64 minus 10. Minus 10. Minus 10. So next is, therefore q squared is equal to 64, correct, into 10 to the power of minus 10 divided by 3 into 10 to the power plus 9 into root 3. Correct? Right? Now this is q squared. Take this up. 64 ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ 10 to the power of minus 19. 3 root 3 is what? 1.75 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Approximate 1.75. 1.75. Will you multiply now? 3 into 1.75. what is 3 into 1.75? Multiply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ 5.25 into 10 to the power minus 19. Okay, so this will be ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು 5.25 ನ 5 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಬಿಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 5 ones ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. 5 ones what is left? 14. 5 twos 12.8 right? 10 to the power of minus 19 correct. This is q squared. ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದನ್ನು 1.28 ಅಂತ ಇಂಟು 10 to the power minus 18 ಬರಿಬೋದಾ? ಈವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಫ್ಲಿ q is equal to when I take square root 1.28 ಗೆ ರಫ್ಲಿ 1.1 ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ರೈಟ್, ಇಂಟು 10 to the power minus 9. So what is the answer? 11.9. ಅದು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ 1.19 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು 1.19 ನ್ಯಾನೋಕೂಲಮ್. 1.19 ನ್ಯಾನೋಕೂಲಮ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1.19 ನ್ಯಾನೋಕೂಲಮ್. ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಯಾಕೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ?